lost in the rabbit hole. Connect every emotion, experience, adventure, struggle, pain, and achievement. Know the past, feel the future, and live this moment with Nisha Haraale every Sunday on Niche Radio.
Hi everyone, and thank you for tuning in to our 22nd episode of Let's Get Lost in the Rabbit Hole with me, Nisha Haraale, on Niche Radio. And in conversation with me today is someone who had quite an experimental life journey, hailing from the corporate world to being a model and now an actor. Let's say hello to Kunal Thakur. Hi Kunal, are you all set to get lost in the rabbit hole?
Hi Nisha, I am absolutely open to getting lost in the rabbit hole.
Where were you born and raised?
I was born in Abu Dhabi and I was raised very much in Abu Dhabi.
When did you move to Mumbai and how has the transition been?
I moved to Mumbai in 2017, mid 2017 to be precise, and the transition has been very blissful from being someone from a corporate background to working as a freelancer in the field of performing arts has been very beautiful.
Did you always wanted to become an actor?
No, but I had a lot of dance, music. I had a lot of, expression. I believed in expression. So any kind of expression, take it, whether it be, playing an instrument, performing arts, drama, anything. So yeah.
When did acting happen?
Acting happened in 2017 as well. Yeah, I did my first montage ad with Intra.
Did you have to go through some acting school or training?
I did actually. I had joined Barry Jones' workshop and Neeraj Kabisar's workshop, which was a great experience for me.
You started off being a model. How was that journey?
Modeling I did alongside working for a media house in Dubai. It was great fun. I got and learned how to be confident on the ramp and facing the camera, the many cameras that are in front of you clicking pictures. So I think it all started off from, letting the inhibitions out and having a confident walk on the ramp and posing well for pictures. It has been a great experience.
You're a face for many brands. How is the advertising world?
I'm glad that brands have chosen to work with me on several occasions, even through this lockdown. The advertising industry is actually pretty cool in India. They are very quirky with how they come across with different campaigns for different brands. It is very interesting to work with a set of directors who've got a different vision, or a creative agency that is looking to sort of execute an advertisement that happened before. So yeah, great.
You are also a household name and been working in serials. When did you get your first break and how did you get your first break?
So I did TV for barely 14 days. फिर तो lockdown ही हो गया. But yeah, it was Kasauti Zindagi Ki 2 that I did, and I was happy to be a part of that. It was good fun. How did I get it? I auditioned for it. I wasn't prepared to start a TV show but my focus in life has been very serious about just doing a lot of work in as much as I could do as possible. So yeah, and any which way, I've never restricted myself from wanting to do only a particular form of performing arts, whether it be theater, TV, anything digital, all of that. I'm open to everything, and I still will be. I always will be.
You acted in the movie Kabir Singh, which was a super hit. How was that experience?
Yes, I did, and the experience was fabulous. I have really got no words to explain how much I loved working with the entire team, and I really look forward to working with them at some point in life again. And I really, really wish that happens soon.
I know you love psychedelic music. Who are your favorite artists in the psychedelic scene?
I do love psychedelic music. Not that that's the only form of music I like, but yes, my favorite artists. Constantly, I have really, really enjoyed Tristan quite a lot. Asterix. The Aksamurti is also very nice.
I know you play. When do we get to see Kunal playing live?
Yes, obviously, Nisha, you trained me to play music on the console, and it is you who gave me knowledge. And obviously, I've heard my tunes, and I've understood the kind of songs I'd like to listen to and the kind of music that I'd like to play. Well, I actually enjoy playing slower tempo music, which is the artists that I could name are Tolga Makte. You have Ben Bomber. I really like that kind of music more now. And soon you shall see me play.
You are super fit. What is it that you do to keep fit every day?
Thank you that you think I'm fit. um, I think it's a struggle, yeah, every day. You've got to sort of push yourself to, put in that workout, make sure that you're not eating junk. But I'm just like any other normal guy who loves eating junk, I guess. But I put in the effort, and I set myself boundaries, and timelines. So I think it just works like that very well. Best of both worlds.
You're also a very spiritual person. What is that one thing that you truly believe in?
Yes, I'm a spiritual person. I'm universally very connected. Um, that one thing that I believe in is Karam karta ja, phal ki chinta chhod de. That's what I believe in. It's very simple.
You have an owl tattoo. So, what's your connection with the owl?
Yes, I have an owl tattoo, and it just merely speaks and means being wise. The more it sees, the less it speaks. The less it speaks, the more it hears. So it's just about being wise. And the owl's got a 360-degree view. So, just being watchful of everything in life, and to monitor everything that you do and choose to do, and the people that you hang out with or the work that you put in. It's literally observation of everything.
From a boy next door, and then a boy on big screen who's doing super well in the movie industry called Bollywood. After you've achieved so much, when you went back to Dubai, how was the experience of everyone's reaction?
From being a boy next door at the media house, which I also enjoyed working for, and then eventually doing a film in Bombay in the industry, so as they say, Bollywood. It was a great feeling to go back home and look at the young people who were, still in Dubai, in Abu Dhabi, aspiring to eventually be a part of performing arts at some point. For them to actually see a successful story was also very overwhelming for me, that they are looking up to my experience to eventually speak to their parents and ask them if they could go to Bombay to try their future in the industry, which is great, you know.
Did you ever goof up? Can you share an experience like on set or maybe walking the ramp?
It would be a lie to say if I'd say I didn't goof up. I did goof up a lot of times, और उसी में से तो bloopers बनती हैं. So bloopers are, I feel, so much more fun than the actual act itself. Um, there are a lot of times I've goofed up on set, literally every day, every other day, wherein we're saying a dialogue and then we end up seeing something else in the flow. It turns out pretty hilarious. Instead of saying Rohini, I said Roshni so many times. It was pretty funny. I wasn't getting the name right, but it's just the simplest things that you know sometimes goof up with. Nothing major.
What makes Kunal happy?
So my family, my partner, my closest friends, my work, all of that works in harmony with each other. And when it's all in harmony, I am happy.
What makes Kunal sad?
If any of my quotients in my life, whether it be my work quotient, my family quotient, my partner quotient, or friend quotient, is disturbed, then I become very unhappy. It makes me sad because I have to put an effort to see. I also fumbled. I have to put an effort to make things right and make things happy, and so everything is in harmony again.
There's a lot of dancing that happens in Bollywood. Did you have your share of dancing and did you have to get trained for the same?
A lot of dancing does happen in Bollywood, and I've not had the chance to go and dance on the main screen, but I did a few dance numbers here and there with my girl. So that's that. But I'm hoping at some point this will be a part of what I do, and I'm looking forward to learning some steps with the choreographer.
With fame and money, it's said that a lot of people lose their mind. But instead of that, you have been very grounded and humble. How did you manage to keep that?
Not all of them, though. I feel people who are connected, grounded already, if their upbringing is right or if they've worked on themselves, then I don't think anything would go wrong. They'd still be very humble and be known for that humility of theirs.
What are your future projects?
Currently, I'm doing this project with Shitty Ideas Trending. They're called SIT. It's a digital web series, so I'm doing that with them on a monthly basis. Apart from that, I have a few things that will eventually release. I did a Manyavar ad, I did a Magic Moments ad, so all of that is just for the little money and survival. I did a short film quite recently. I did a short flick with Zoom Studios recently. So all of this will eventually release in the coming month, I guess.
You're a good-looking guy, Kunal. So how do you handle all your female fans?
Well, to be honest, if we look at it statistically, I'm sure there are females who follow me, but then there are more men who follow me because I think, it's aspiring or inspiring to them, because I don't put, content that females will enjoy. And I guess people on social media, are like that. In comparison to a woman who's on social media, then boys will follow anyway. Women don't follow men just like that unless there's a purpose, I feel sometimes. Not all of them, but most of them.
What change do you wish to see in the entertainment industry?
The change that I'm looking forward to seeing in the entertainment industry involves looking at how freelancers must sort of have a way to secure their payments, and I think it should be strictly monitored by law what contracts are being signed, or if there are any contracts being signed, they should never be one-sided, and people shouldn't get away with it, especially huge production houses. Because what would a freelancer do who doesn't have no power? So there are a lot of things, good and bad. You gotta take things with a pinch of salt for sure, but there are people who take undue advantage. So just protection for the artist.
What's your take on recycle fashion and sustainable fashion?
So I strongly believe in recycling, and sustainable fashion is the only way forward. Fast fashion has now not been my thing. I am very selectively buying clothes and looking into people who, in brands who are actually, there's this brand called Do Tak A from Calcutta. They stitch recycled stuff together, and they are doing a fabulous job at it.
Your idea of the perfect look?
My idea of the perfect look would be a tuxedo or a baggy jeans with droopy shoulder t-shirt, and maybe Converse or LeBron's.
Three advice to young aspiring artists.
First one is truly believe in yourself. Second one, if there is self-doubt, look upon things you've achieved in the past, and they must have not been easy. Take full credit for it and understand and realize what you're capable of achieving. Push yourself. Thirdly, do not let anyone dictate what you must do. Whatever you feel by heart, do that. It's your gut that you've got to trust, not someone else's.
Three advice on how to party safe and healthy.
Well, for starters, do not drink and drive. Take an Uber or an Ola or an auto to your party wherever you're going. Secondly, do not exceed limits of drinking alcohol, because it's anyway bad for you. So try and choose your poison, in an apt manner that is, all right for your body, not too hectic. The third advice would be to always have your friends with you when you go and party. Don't go alone.
Thank you, Kunal, for taking us through your journey. Here's wishing you tons of love and looking forward to all your future projects.
Thank you, Nisha, for having me over, and it has been an absolute pleasure.
And thank you to all our listeners for tuning in today. Do catch me again next Sunday at 10 a.m. Until then, have a super Sunday and enjoy this next track, which is a new release from new sound artist D.